Y'all just said what is it? It's random or something?
Oh, that's what you were saying. No,
Oh, well, we don't have any particular topic, huh?
No, sir.
Anybody want a beer?
you faked because I take one. You know I never
Stop.
turn it down. Hold up.
He's a beer man.
Sweet, got a little spice in the back. No, yeah, that's why I drink
The
it right
spice
now.
in the back.
It's not black. The black will drink anything, okay?
Yeah, he will.
Or does it say?
He's had every beer chef in the brought.
Yeah, right.
He does not turn nothing
He's like, I don't even like that. Let me get one of those.
I be disgusting sometimes, but hey, at least I tried it enough.
He finished it. He don't waste it.
What do we want to talk about?
Beer. I was playing.
It's a doozy.
Oh, that's
though.
good. Imperial Oatmeal Stout. Written on the front it says Progressive Server
We
Training
have one
Program
of them
Series.
cookie beers.
I wonder, and I'm trying to understand what that is. Progressive Server Training Program Series. It's like, no, I'm gonna say something offensive. I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna hurt you. Welcome to another episode of the SquadKast podcast. This week's episode, actually, since I've been gone for so long, you know, I've been watching the different episodes and whatnot. Always drop a comment or two, and one of the comments came up about, or one of the episodes was about dating, children dating, letting your child date, and it made me think about my younger days, pursuing women, you know, the good and bad advice I received over the years. And I was actually with my daddy a couple of days ago, and we were reminiscing about this. Right, shout out to Pops. And it reminded me that when I was younger, I used to have a thing for hitting on the older women. I don't know what it was, but man,
You like cookies?
oh boy, I tell you what, love the older women. I even used to lie to women about my age too. One of my first serious girlfriends, I dated her for a year before she realized I was younger. I was not 21. And of course I let it slip drunk. She said, well, you're not 21. You know, look, when my family was strong, we had a relationship for a little while after that. It wasn't that strong, obviously.
Wow.
Right. But no, man, it just had me thinking about...
Do you need to file charges now?
No,
that's
no.
a thing now.
Right.
Go back and you bring up charge if you do anything wrong.
Right.
Shout out Bill Cosby.
Okay.
free Bill Cosby.
Yeah, real.
What? Free Bill Cosby. Are we ready for that episode?
Don't go there.
No,
right
that's
now.
what I was
Don't
thinking.
do that. Me and you gonna have to go to that one because
So,
it can get brutal.
right. But,
Free Bill Cosby. Fuck what he talking about.
it made me think of the first time I did it for sure, though. The first older lady that I hit, I'm like, fuck it, what I got to lose?
Hey.
What I got to lose? I was 14. My
Okay.
first job,
Okay.
working at Adventureland. And
Okay.
they had this clock in, clock out booth that you had to stop by every day. And there was this lady in there, maybe she was 30 and some change. And man, when I wasn't working on my breaks, I would go hang out in that thing and just hit on her. What's up, girl? Go out with me. Go out with me. Let's do this. Let's do this. And of course, she's like, no. It's cool. You can stay. It's fine. You good. You good. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Get out of here. But
Yeah.
she loved that shit.
Yeah.
She loved that shit.
She probably went home talking about, I got this young tenderoni
Okay.
this young thing hitting on me,
Most
girl.
exciting thing in her life right now.
He almost got it one day. Right.
I was this close. I watered down, man.
Wow.
So that made me want to know about some of y'all's early dating fiascos or interesting habits when you were younger, delving off into the dating and relationship and sex, the sexual life that comes with being an adult and maturing. How'd that go for you?
I ain't got nothing to that capacity, brother.
I would say, actually, I did want to about you because you've been with us for a long time.
But I would say probably when I was like still living in Chicago, and I probably like 13, 14, but I lived like a house over from this girl who was like 15, 16. She went to Kenwood, you know what I'm saying? And well, she liked me, you know what I'm saying? And I liked her too because she was an older, you know what I'm saying? Back in them days, you can get a high school chick, and you was in elementary school, you was the man, you know what I'm saying? So that's the path I was
Tell
on.
us that
You know?
story a couple weeks ago. Tell us that story.
That wasn't on the agenda. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like that was probably, I guess, the older girl I probably pursued or whatever, and we talked and did some things, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, whatever. I'm not gonna get into no specifics.
Hung out.
You know what I'm saying? She had an older brother and all that, you know what I'm saying? No, actually it was a younger brother, he's cool
Hold on for
though.
1 second.
He's a master editor, we'll fix that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, yeah, got me a little high school, a little tenderoni, you know what I'm saying? She a little sophomore, I'm in the 8th grade, I'm winning, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm clearly winning, you know what I'm saying? So that was the path that set me forth to basically want to nail everything walking female wise.
Just starts
you know what I'm saying?
just starts off,
it
right.
It got me, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
It is like that little
shout out to having my first kid at 18. You know what I'm saying?
Just getting it out the way.
It happens to the best of us.
For me, yeah, my first one was older than me. I was.
Oh, we know.
What? Hold up, now I want to know this one. I don't know.
He about 67.
Yeah, damn fool. I was in high school, jackass. Like I was working at a job and met a female. She was like 22, 23. I was 17, so of course I'm just trying to get in where I fit in.
Right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. What jokes you
And
got?
you got in there? You got in there?
I got
You got in there?
We not getting it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Brother. Didn't he just
So it's
tell you
something
that?
she took you under her wing. A couple of things, huh?
Sugar mama.
Come here, little young buck. Let me show you what it's like.
Wow, I didn't know this.
That was not the case back then.
The skeleton is coming out of the closet.
Y'all stupid.
Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe. And she got on the fedora today. She means business.
Right, for sure.
Godmother came in, not
There you
playing no games.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm
be
saying?
looking raggedy most of the time.
She
so.
capping, but it's all good. Brother Black had a sugar mama at 17.
See them trying to deflect. Next person's story. Don't do that, brother. He's not gonna do that.
Yeah, what about you, Godmother?
Hey, this is real.
I mean, this is on
True Hollywood story.
this is on the other perspective since you know I have a female.
Right.
So, yeah, my situation was a little older than me. But I don't want to discuss it because, you know, with women, it's a struggle
Mm-hmm.
to get your rocks off sometimes dealing with certain men's and they don't put in the efforts of coming through, you know, most of them I'm gonna break your back, whoop, this thing. You're just like,
As y'all can see, that is the face of disappointment
disappointment.
from you, mother.
Sorry, truth is the truth, but that.
Man, that's woo.
And
You know,
I was just feeling my niece and
It
like,
can always be that stigma too with a younger woman with an older male, you know. I'm not really sure why
I know
that
it's
is.
fire, but I'm just saying, don't be, no, it's like, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying, you know.
Oh, it happens.
He's a little older, but I mean, you know how people tell you, I mean, it's supposed to be like this, you know, it feels good, you attached to him, you want to kill any woman that look at him, and it's like, when does that kick in? Like, what part am I supposed to start beating people up?
Did y'all's parents individually give you the talk?
No.
No, I didn't get no talk. Like I said, I grew up in my granny, but I had my uncles and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they would just joke around. Obviously, they had the porno mags laying around,
All day.
videos.
Just read, that's
you know what I'm
reading
saying?
material. That's what
Yeah.
that, I mean,
So
a lot of good articles.
That was pretty much my
Taint you
education.
early.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
taint you
Like,
early.
you know what I'm saying? Then you had the trial and error.
I mean, that's it. That's how a lot of it goes.
But don't
regardless
work,
of
you know what I'm saying?
information.
Trial and error, you know. I ain't had to talk.
I
you
ain't
know?
having a talk. It was pretty
Yeah.
much you ain't having no boyfriends.
Yeah, that's
all.
that talk right there. Yeah, that's
So I
normal
mean, you
talk.
say it
I
was there, but it
never,
wasn't like.
that.
my dad wasn't much for
In
talking,
depth.
but my mom would talk about that shit all the time. But usually around people, she loved to wait for the people, my friends to be around, and then look everybody in the face like, okay, who's fucking? All right, you using protection? Okay, you gotta be out of the way, don't you? Yeah. Uh-huh. So my mom definitely was not afraid to talk about it. I did not like to talk back with her about it. You know, she was so open about the shit. But
I mean, that's gotta be weird with moms. Like with my uncles is something different. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Uncles, cousins.
it's different with moms.
You know what I'm saying? Mom dukes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Who the hell want to talk about that with their damn bride?
Right. No one. No one's like, well, Dad, I'm gonna take this one. I'm taking this one on over to Mom. You don't know what you're doing.
But you know, godmama might have to have that conversation with her boys.
I mean, that would be
That would be his mama. Who's fucking and sucking.
You know,
And how we
too is I live with my parents separated when I was young, so I live with my mom off and on, you know, but with my parents, you know, differently. So she definitely is gonna fill in that, you know, felt the need to fill in that gap, that extra role there without the two parents in the household at all times. So she wasn't afraid, like you godmother. She knew like I'm gonna have to have that.
It's inevitable, you know what I'm saying? As a parent, unless you just pussy your way out of it, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to talk about it to some point.
So what y'all gonna get when y'all have that talk? If y'all haven't had that talk yet, like what are y'all gonna? What's the specifics on what y'all gonna break down? Like, son, it feels good, and
no, or it's gonna be son. Girl, you gotta get in there. You gotta break her back, son. Okay. You gotta tell her up front. You gonna do it.
That's why it's a different perspective when a woman talking to her son.
I keep it real. Like, look, your first time around, trust me, bro, you'll be short and sweet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know what happened.
Right.
But after that, you're gonna want it all the time.
Because moms, I think we probably gonna go in depth. Like, this comes with a lot to take on. You get crazy winches and they want to break your windows, and like, you can't be just laying that down. You gotta know who to give the right stuff to.
Rule number 2, you never give them a 10 off the rip.
On the real.
Oh my, you know it's
You
like
never give them a 10 off the rip.
toes and cold water. Just test them how they're out. Don't go splashing in there. You won't come out all wet and disappointed.
You gotta crawl before you walk, okay? You gotta crawl before you walk. Don't give them a 10 off the rip, because that's gonna lead to some things that you don't want to get in, you know, I don't want to divulge and nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? If you want to keep your ramp up to where she's happy and she might brag on you, give them a like 7.5. You know what I'm saying?
It's respectable as hell. It's respectable as hell. You get some honorable mentions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Good to go.
About
You start getting out them 10s.
7.5 on the Richter scale. You done shook the earth enough and did damage, but she's still alive.
Okay, so what we saying to our daughters?
Oh,
Of course.
Of course.
I would say, what sex? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Sex is not a thing. Get out of here.
For real. It's not real. It's not real. It's fairy tale.
Unlike Brother Chefin, I like to live in reality. This is a conversation, like I said, the mom's gonna have to introduce that conversation, and then once I know that conversation has been had, then I'll be like, okay, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? You got somebody grabbing on you, shit like that? You playing tug of war?
Anybody say something?
Hide and seek?
Right. You gotta call the moms and like, listen, you gotta come in and help me, because I'm not sure what words I'm supposed to say. I'm ready to fight. I don't know who I'm supposed to fight.
I'm sorry, but once I have my daughter, I'm gonna be just hardcore and just on her ass. I mean,
I don't know, man.
But when it comes to the sex shit, I'm gonna be.
All right, hold on.
Fucking
Prime
too hard
example.
up on her ass.
Okay.
Just let her just be free.
Hold on. Prime example. We all know the perception about the preacher's daughters, right? How they be the wildest because they be so sheltered and be so contained.
I'm not saying I'm gonna keep her head.
Yeah,
That's what you just said.
We got after school activities today, Dad. We're gonna be at Junior House. I heard make this shit quick. It ain't that long. Dad's probably outside the school right now.
I feel bad for my little cousin GB3, because if he have a daughter, he ain't gonna have no life. He gonna see him to be on everything. He ain't gonna have no life. He gonna have no time to play no sports, no girls, no nothing, because he gonna be hawking your daughter the whole time.
He with his sister. That's all I'm saying, bro.
You going out, take your sister with you.
Dad, I didn't see her after school.
What?
I was in Miss John's class. I walked right past me
So
talking
I
to
know
the
this
girls.
came up in that episode I'm referring to, but why do you think we put this difference on boys versus girls?
Cause.
Boys look damn
Let
boys
Godmama
jump
go
off
ahead.
a cliff
Go ahead,
without
Godmama.
parachutes
Come with
on.
it.
Okay, hold on. Rephrase it. Say it.
Why is it a much bigger deal for men to protect their daughters from essentially sexual experiences?
Yourselves, men like your younger selves.
Right. Versus
y'all,
boys, you know. I mean, I can't help but think that I'm gonna be on that side with my son. Like, hey man, you gotta get out there, explore yourself, do your thing, man. You know,
It's a
make sure you
given.
have. But my girl, be like, you know, hey,
he's not worth it.
hey, we.
He's cheating on you with
You
Amanda.
should be a lady.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm saying, but I can feel it, right? I'm not saying it's right, but I can feel it in me. That
But hold on.
Because I mean,
my first instinct is that.
you guys know what men are capable of.
Ain't that the
And I know what women capable
So,
of
and
too.
you know what women are capable of, but you guys know how women are easy to fall. So,
Now I don't know. Now in today's society, I see a lot more
cold-blooded ass females?
gorilla pimping out here from the women's perspective.
blame your
Destroying men. Every once in a while, I see a video of some man proposing to a girl and she says no, and it's always captioned, "This is how villains are created." right here. Just destroying that man.
Yeah.
I look. I feel like if for me, 'cause I have a daughter. Look, man, as long as you raise them right, man, you really shouldn't have nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying?
not gonna be worried.
That's all I'm saying.
She's
you know what I'm
gonna
saying?
be raised right.
I'm not saying that, brother.
Not gonna be able
Not
to
with your daughter.
All I'm saying
I'm not
is
gonna
if
be
you
down
raising
there,
her
she's gonna be
right,
able to breathe,
she should
but
be able to make
yeah,
the right choices.
What
She
you trying to
always
do,
gonna
a damn
make
dad?
the right choices every time. No, because nobody's perfect.
I
But
didn't
you
even
want to
call you
make sure
kid.
that you lead her into not want to be on fucking Teen Mom.
Right.
You know, any of these
Right, you gotta be
shows.
fucking
something
serious,
like
man.
that.
That's
That's shit we're not
aspirational.
doing.
Some of these people,
Hell
That
no.
is aspiration for some of these
whatever the
people.
hell that's
Fucking
about.
retarded.
But how do you know that what you taught your daughters raising them throughout this process before they talk to men, that they're learning
gonna
themselves,
stick.
seeing
But-
everyone else go through certain things? Because that's how I was. I watched and observed, and he's cheating on me, he's doing
Right.
woo woo. I'm like, my sister going through a lot of different situations. I don't think I want to go to that.
Right, you know, that's a good point. I don't have a lot of good relationship
But
examples myself.
sometimes
but
you
I
gotta
took
wait
from those
for-
bad examples of what not to do.
Well,
I
you
used
take
to
from the
say,
good, you take from the bad, and then you create your own thing, and you see what trial and error. You see what works. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then you got your daddy
that-
be like, "Are you out here sleeping with all these boys?"
I feel like it's
What?
based upon what your
Thought you
parents
were-
instilled in you.
I had to
But
tell my dad that was like
I kind of feel like sometimes that's kind of not really hitting on point, because sometimes it's really what you picked up on in your time frame or your experiences and your different relationships. It's not really so much of what your parents instilled in you. You've taken some of those different, you know what I'm saying, lessons that they've taught you, but you've also built on those different lessons and created your own foundation for those.
Okay, hold on. I got a scenario for you.
Go ahead, bro.
You raise your daughter
Oh shit.
with the utmost respect, right? You teach her everything, the values to look for men and all this, whatever. Hypothetically, she's 15. She's got a friend that is busting down everything walking.
that was,
You know
that was the situation I
Like,
was in back in the day.
and the friend is letting her like, no, it's not as bad as you think, and putting all this stuff in the ear.
I had that friend.
At that point, I would think the home training would kick in
Right.
to say, you know what, that may be you, but that's not my path. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes them outside influences that Godmom be talking about, you know, with amongst the home girls,
Yeah.
and even amongst us,
Right.
will lead you into some shit that you don't even the path that you know be trying to follow.
Definitely.
First
Why
time
was
getting
sin is so
pregnant.
tempting sometimes? Just the negative pleasures are so
like
tempting
you said, I
sometimes.
feel like it's what you've instilled into your child. I
I'm
mean,
gonna tell you, it
ultimately,
hurts. It's
I
bad.
can't-
It's not supposed to go. It's not nothing.
I mean, if something was to happen, I couldn't beat myself about it, because ultimately I know that I did my job as a parent to try and instill those different values in my child. Now,
Right.
if she does that, like I said, that's her choice to make, and that's gonna be her decision to have to deal with, or us to deal with, right?
Right,
But-
so
glad you
that
said
where
us.
it comes
That's-
from me, where it
glad you
doesn't
said
matter
us.
how good or bad, you raise your child, they still have their own mind once they come to that certain age.
Exactly.
And get to seeing in school, as the influence I'm like,
Woo, the shit I was doing in school, my God.
school is that influence, and they
Oh,
like,
my
oh, well,
God.
Brenda got 13 boyfriends over there.
I mean, I don't know, like being at Roosevelt, and I had probably been like, I probably want to let me say I'm a sophomore, maybe junior, but I'm seeing incoming pregnant freshmen, yo. Like that shit was tripping me out. I'm talking about they already was showing and everything. And I'm like, damn, y'all was busting down at
box
eighth
Chevys.
grade.
Them box Chevys was rolling past the elementary school.
Yeah.
Like, wait till you get in 8th grade, 9th grade.
Stupid. And that's real shit though. But that tripped me out to see that. I'm like 16, 17, and these girls are like 14, already 6 months pregnant. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Right.
And you can't always blame the mama, but sometimes it's like, where was the mama? But you can't really blame the parent because, you know, kids do what they got ways to get around.
Right.
Like y'all did.
Like how many times we done snuck out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or they made up some story. I done snuck out
Now's
bad
a better
times,
time
you
than
know
never,
what
I
I'm
suppose.
I
if you
never
are a
snuck
child
out.
in that particular
Oh,
manner.
I snuck somebody in
Okay.
and got caught.
Let me
And got
go.
caught. She
Didn't get
said,
caught, but I did.
most people sneak out. What the fuck is you doing sneaking people out? I don't run away. I like to eat. I like my own environment. But you should have moved the goddamn gasoline can, dummy. By the window. She's like, this don't look right. Boop, boop, boop. What the fuck you doing in my house? I'm like, oh shit.
You want some crazy shit. I got some crazy shit for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm in high school,
Look like one day.
busting down, right? I'm at
Busted.
You a bust down?
I'm at the spot at her house,
Her spot.
okay? And then
How'd your kids
all of a
go?
sudden, mom comes home. I get my stuff. She packed me up like a nice little kit, and I run downstairs in the basement. I'm hiding out in the basement for hours, son. I done miss basketball practice and everything. You know what I'm saying? Cause I can't come up the stairs. I'm hiding. You know what I'm saying? So finally, she calls her brother, who's cool as shit.
Okay.
Brother comes, rescues the kid.
Yeah.
He set the diversion with mom dude. I'm able to run up out of that motherfucker.
Team play.
And he gave me a ride to the crib and everything, yo. I was like, yo.
I wish the fuck my
I wasn't doing that.
I wish GB3 won. I wish he won. I wish he
You know what I'm
won.
saying? That's the lengths I went. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wish he would.
To get the cookie. You know what I'm saying?
I wish he would.
And I was so pissed I missed practice more than anything. Not to mention I was starving, son. I'm literally down there eating lifesavers.
What kind of brother is he?
A bad influence.
Hey, he's
Wow.
the coolest older brother
She
can
must
have
have
at that point in
lined
time.
some
You know
things
what
up
I'm
for
saying?
him.
Wow.
She must have lined some things up
The
for him.
Shout out Harold.
Wow.
Shout out Harold Loveday
Wow.
because you watching the shows and you commenting on the shit too. Shout out big bro
We
Harold.
would hope all of our big bros, well, especially y'all got kids. You would hope your son someday will come to the rescue of your daughter or your son.
Oh, he better.
Right.
He
You
better.
don't want to hear otherwise.
I don't want to hear
What do you mean
nothing
she called
about it.
you
And
and you
you
said
didn't
you
go.
wasn't gonna go? What do you mean? So I got to beat your ass and her ass?
And I talked about that
Oh,
religiously
so it's
too
supposed to be a saving
because
moment to save the sister.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now-
You gotta save sister.
Kung
You gotta
Fu,
save sister.
Kung Fu Joe,
You gotta
the
save
middle
sister.
one.
When you have to do the
Now,
whole,
he'll save his
still
sister,
cool with that.
but the older one and like Kaden and Kendall, cause the age difference, like they, she gets on his nerves. He don't want to have nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? But they're so much alike. That's why they always
yeah.
fighting and shit. I'm
See?
like, dude, you a grown man and she's 10 years old. How the hell are y'all arguing like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I
Should be
said,
outsmarting her at this point.
never. That's probably the black man's problem. He's smarter than the woman.
Right.
That's probably the damn problem.
We were born mature.
You know what I'm saying? But I believe he would. Now, like I said, my middle son, shout out to Brown Belt Kung Fu Joe. He will kick ass. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll play no
Like, what
games.
is she
I was
doing?
shout out to I'm gonna get you
What was
sucker. I
he
just
doing?
watched that a couple days ago. Kung Fu Joe's
Kung Fu Joe.
sucker.
Yeah.
Teacher, you killed my teacher. Bruce Lee was your teacher? No. Acting.
That was the classic.
Or when he gets shot up by the cops and he calls Keenan, he leaves the longest message ever, and it's a fake ass message.
How about when they in the bar shooting up everything? He's throwing stars in the dark.
Sidebar. Get you suckers a class.
Yeah, it's a classic. Yeah, that's how you die. But don't be hiding out in the girls' basement.
Right.
And
rescue your brother or sister.
Yeah, rescue your brother and sister. These are real stories, by the way. I can't make this shit up.
I'm whooping everybody's ass.
Now, my son said he did something like that. You know, I had to like, look, I've been there before. All right.
You get your ass whooped too. Shit, fuck it. Everybody getting their ass whooped.
Hey.
Dad too.
You're supposed to do as I say, not as I do. So, plain and simple. Don't think you out here gonna hit me on some hypocritical shit.
Yep.
I'll beat you just the same. You know?
Even worse.
So simple. I mean, I've searched.
Y'all never hid nowhere. Y'all act like y'all never hid or nothing.
I never had to hide.
Oh.
I never had to hide.
Not in that situation.
Yeah, that's fair. Not in that situation.
I was in high school.
The closest I got you was in middle school.
Oh, that's see. I was early. You know what I'm saying? I was early with mine. You know what I'm saying?
In middle school,
I
did have this girlfriend.
What can I say? You know, fuck.
Why we can't call? Well, not that. They say we can't label men hoes.
Who said that?
Who said that?
When did they make that rule? Men are hoes too.
I know that, but
the
they're basically saying that it's not.
But it's not cliche to do that.
The only way you could get away saying that is
double standard.
You are sexist. That's the only way you can actually say men can't be hoes. That's the only way. You have to admit both things, that men can't be hoes and you're sexist. Then I will accept your argument.
But they praise the men hoes and the women hoes get down talked. Why?
Men can be hoes. I guess women
you are hoes.
But the thing of it is,
you were hoes.
Women are held. I feel like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, brothers. I feel like women are supposed to be held to a higher standard.
You two are. That's supposed to be held too. Yep.
That's that sexist shit.
I'm not fucking sexist. Stop fucking sexist, yo.
What you just said. What you just said. So the borderline, brother.
It's not a double
Borderline, brother.
Why y'all ain't supposed to hold yourselves to a
Don't
higher
give him no more beers. No more beers. No more beers.
What? Give me another one. I didn't even drink the whole thing.
It's done. It's done.
It's done? That's why he's acting like this. It's not alcohol to drink that quick, brother. Please take it.
So you trying to say men ain't held to the high standard, or we shouldn't be held to a high standard?
Did I say? Did I
I'm
really
asking.
say that?
I'm asking a question, brother.
I'm not
Stop feeling like
saying
you're being attacked. I know we got on you 2 seconds ago.
I'm not saying
Let me
that.
clarify. I'm attacking him. So I just want to clarify.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm not saying that, but if you look at society, when women hoeing, we crucify the fuck out of it.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I said when women hoeing.
Hold on. We don't want to.
You didn't have to point to nobody.
You didn't have to point at the godmother when you said that. Brother, excuse Brother Black.
You could have said that. Look,
Go sit there. He's on timeout. He's on timeout right now.
I mean, women don't do. Y'all full of shit, yo.
Why you talking?
You didn't have to say hoeing, brother. You could have said women around.
Okay, ladies of the night. Okay, ladies of the night.
Okay.
Ladies of the night.
There
They want
you
to be
go.
ladies of the night, okay?
Now we're talking about prostitution.
Ladies of the
So
night.
is this a single
Way off the
woman
market.
or a woman in a relationship?
In today's time, I'm not even gonna go. I'm really gonna say I'm sexist and misogynist. Go ahead, let's go ahead.
She listen to everything you say.
I mean, she's writing it down too. She's
Okay,
I'll talk to you
let me
later.
stop
She
laughing.
probably made I don't know how many posts on Facebook about your crazy ass.
Okay.
No, I think what Black is saying is correct.
Okay.
Women are held to a higher standard.
I'm really
However,
sure
that
this.
is
I
a
really
bad
feel like
thing.
women are
That
supposed to
should
be
be.
held to a higher standard.
So
There's a
you're
woman.
saying it should be that way?
I said women
Can I get my
should be
fucking
held to a
statement
higher
out, brothers,
standard.
please?
The hostility.
Thank you. Then y'all can jump in, but
sorry, I'm still
I really
attacking
feel
you,
like, as usual, I expect that from you.
He yelled at me for agreeing with him. I ain't never seen that before.
It's usually when you disagree. I got
Oh
you.
my God, brother.
Okay, the reason why I say they should be held at a higher standard because ultimately they push the bloodline.
Of course.
So I feel like you can't be out here finagling with all these you know what I'm saying,
Tom,
Joe
Harry.
Schmoes or motherfuckers that can't do nothing for you or really ain't trying to see you benefit or benefit you or help you. You understand?
Sleeping with rich guys.
I mean, it does.
Shout out to the Lori Harvey.
She got him. She got him. We go to the Boosie thing. I really didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there.
Okay, go ahead.
You brought her up.
All right, so hold on, let me ask you this then. So what does the godmother say to people, to men who say, well, you know, especially for those who believe in the Bible and all that fiction and bullshit.
Subscribe to the channel.
Since, well, Solomon had 300 wives, and, you know, back then it was acceptable for men to have a multitude of wives and women, and then of course some people say, well, they were concubines, and some they couldn't have babies, so of course the man had to take on. That's bullshit. So men try to lean on that. Well, we've been like this way since time immemorial. So what do y'all expect when we're pursuing multiple women and stuff like that? What do you say to that? What is your approach to somebody who says something like that and believe in that type of ideology?
You ready to go talk to Becky?
I mean, the jig's up though, right? We got the internet now, right? like good information's out there, right? We could put one and one together and clearly make easy assumptions about why men and women should probably just be held to the same standard.
Exactly.
So women being held to a higher standard doesn't make sense to me. Right. It's kind of a mute argument because if men can be hoes, right? They're clearly gonna be hoes with women, right? So at some point, the women they have to merge. They have to become one, no matter what. Yeah. So it's a fantasy even to pretend that there is a higher level because if you can bring both people to the same.
But where does polygamy come in at then? Because polygamy has been going around since time immemorial, brother.
Well, luckily, the United States sussed that bullshit out, made it illegal, okay?
Yeah, they supposedly made a lot of shit illegal, but they the most corrupted.
I'll give you that, but I'm just saying that they were onto something there. Polygamy shouldn't be allowed. What are we doing?
But
men can barely handle one woman.
Okay, but why are you saying it shouldn't be allowed? If that's
their lifestyle they want to live.
Relationship is
what if she wants multiple men?
And that's been going. That happened before too.
I don't get that.
Back
Why
in
we
the day,
gotta please the man with multiple women? Why we can't have?
I want to know that
I'm saying it's for either one of you. Find one person, goddammit. All right. Especially if you do. What if you are one woman and you got all the rich men? You're like, God, now you're just being greedy. You done sucked up all the rich women, all the other women out here. Man, as hell, you got all these broke motherfuckers out here. That's all that's left. Right?
Are we jealous? That's what the godmom said. Are we jealous?
So inevitably, it's gonna create some sort of imbalance. All right. If everyone reverted back to polygamy,
fuck out of here.
I don't
it's like a 2-to-1 ratio, and they still say. It's a bunch of no good ass men out here for all these single ass women. So even with polygamy, there's still fucking bad
So I seen
I
forgot how it went exactly, but it was saying that men are washed up too, and basically saying that men that are washed up, they tend to try to become younger to get younger women on their team to make them feel as if they're the man again because they got that younger.
That's some more insecurity shit that they do.
I can see that.
I could see that.
I guess.
I can see that.
And often what you do see a lot of examples of this.
That's insecure with
a man who does have a lot of women, usually they are much younger than he is. And a lot of that might be, and I can't say for sure because clearly I ain't there in those relationships to figure out what happened, but a lot of it probably has to do with the fact that this man is so experienced and mature that he has the ability to manipulate those younger women. He's able to say and give and talk to things that they have not yet experienced.
I guess I don't really follow because I don't get it. Because even if he's an older man, if he was younger in his time, if he was able to get those said women back then, even if he's older, he should still be able to attract women whether they're younger or older. You know what I'm saying? So why does he have to?
But very rarely do
men go after
or especially if they're going after multiple women. Do they go after multiple older women? You ain't
we gotta have something to cover tracks of
the most of players walking in the club with a whole bunch of cougars. You know, so all these bitches is fully employed with kids. What's good? What's good?
I can't.
That's right. They buying me drinks.
Wait, shit.
I'm just saying. You just don't get that. That's probably out there. But I'm just saying, and if I did see that, it'd probably be a much more genuine situation.
Please capture the situation.
Right.
Subscribe.
I would, if you're in that situation, subscribe to the
You better
channel.
comment. We need you on the show. We need that story.
If you are an older male and you and your older group of ladies are finding peace and love, let us know.
Probably got
This kind of brings me back to what Brother Chef was talking about, what motherfuckers would do for that dollar, remember?
In the strip clubs, you watch
like
women reading a book for $1.
Like, I don't think there should be anything a woman should be doing for $1. What the fuck he said?
But I mean, in general, of age limits, there's nothing wrong with dating a little older or a little younger, but just keep it in your tax bracket, your age bracket of illegal and legal, okay? Because Godmother gonna come.
Or you can definitely aim, higher, but I wouldn't put a lot of stock in disappointment for not getting to those higher places. I mean, that works both ways, As if I'm middle income and I'm trying to find me a rich lady, and I'm getting
what did the man say about that lady that was looking for a seven-figure man?
Oh, hold on.
You gotta be within your tax bracket. It's gonna take you a couple hotties.
And that's if I'm looking for something genuine, because I think it's easy enough to just find someone and manipulate your way into a relationship. You could just do that. Unfortunately, there's enough lost souls out there.
Let's keep it real.
So,
after you have sex so many times with that said person, now y'all relationship. You just don't know it. That's what it is. That's basically what it is. Next thing you know, you moved in, and now you
situation.
I have claimed relationships based off of that. Like, you are my girlfriend. It's it. And I guess if you would like to argue about that now, this is the time. Otherwise, from here forward, you will be introduced as such.
So that's how I think relationships today, a lot of them start out. They start off of a lust, you know what I'm saying? And then
fresh out of a relationship.
You get the banging out, and then all of a sudden,
this motherfucker
she in her mind, okay, y'all together. In your mind, you like, well, that is somebody I might just kick. But in retrospect, y'all in a relationship.
Situation.
Right, yes. You gotta claim that shit, man. I'm old school, like, you just gotta say that shit. If you ain't said it, and it ain't, then you're gonna be at 6 months into it. Be like, what do you mean we ain't together? We was.
Now with I.
Right, like, you ain't saying nothing like that. Like, you right, you got me there. I sure the hell didn't. Just assumed.
I left that out the fine print.
You don't clarify that up front after a few months.
Well,
Derek's waiting. You sure?
You're right.
This probably one of the better shows that we ever did.
You're right.
We didn't let so many skeletons out the closet because I did not know Brother Black had a cougar. I'm lost on that right now. We're gonna talk about this later.
She was in contact.
Technically, brother, she was 23. I was 17. That's not a cougar.
That's 6 years older.
That's not
a cougar, brother.
But in the teen perspective, it is. In the teen perspective, it is.
Like a couple of
How old is she now?
I don't know, because I don't
calculate.
She's 68.
around something. I don't know.
You ain't talk to her?
Basically,
Never.
Black
She running around with a life alert. She got a life alert.
Oh my God.
No, she can't be no more than about 37. I'm 33, about 37, 38.
Still thinks about
Something about that. See, that's what we're not doing, brother. That is not what we're doing.
If you're watching, man,
Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
Hit his inbox.
Comment.
Brother Black.
Brother DJ,
Hit that notification bell.
I ain't doing nothing. I love y'all. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, I really wanted to, since I've been watching a few of these episodes, I really want to take my opportunity to get in there and talk about these relationships a little bit and some of the different things we've been discussing. Y'all been discussing, I should say, over the last month, basically. So I really appreciate.
Yeah, it was good having you, brother.
The funny conversation here. So
you brought a good one, brother.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Brother Black came out of his shell. He had a 23-year-old. I'm not letting that go.
Shut your ass up, brother.
Just
at
trifling.
17.
Is she good for
a
you?
little rat. He was
Did
a
she
little
buy you a piece of puff?
Brother. We gotta get into specifics like you said, brother. We gotta get into specifics, brother.
You was being a whore. That's crazy. I should tell your mom.
Like I said, I was tainted around that time. That was
He said
I
you
was
was tainted.
Yes, I was.
Ooh, boy, don't tell me about Big Cuz.
No.
No.
I was in Chicago.
The internet?
It was over with.
The internet did it to you?
No, it was the porn.
On the internet?
No.
Shout out.
Cousins have all type of movies and magazines. Come on, brother. He just told you.
Shout out Booty Talk.
Talk 19.
Cover your ears.
The fourth disc.
Right. 21, but you ain't talking about fourth disc. No, it's 21, brother. It's 21.
There's
Yo. Tune in next week.
See y'all next week.
Our online dating adventures.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
I'm out of here. That was
All right,
good.
yeah. So yeah, that.
I think
yes,
I
have
was
to say,
traumatized.
this has been another SquadKast
Oh,
motherfucking
man.
podcast. We'll see y'all next
See
week.
y'all next week.
Deuces.